Hello there everyone, I am Mark III and welcome back to the adventures of Ion's Third Lunatic Force in Battletech. Picking up, well, pretty much right after we left off, honestly. And I'm kind of debating if I want to take this LM20 with me. It's one of those rare ones, you know, it's like, it's a plus. It's got +2 damage. So 50% more damage than a regular LRM-20 launcher. It's very tasty. But it costs 440,000, which is an entire month's wages at my current standing rate. Yeah, you know what? Buy it. Yeah, purchase for 440,000 big ones. I am financially very irresponsible. I freely admit this. And the people that suffer under my command know it far too well, I suppose. There's no other way to put it, really, is there? Ah, well. Still, it's time we were underway, I guess, because there's no missions of interest. I've only got 3 mechs available. I guess my last stop is the hiring hall. Let's see if there's anyone I want to bring in. Ooh, Ocean. A Tortuga Commoner, a pirate recruit. Well, considering we spend most of our time shooting at pirates, that's probably not the best pirate crew. Ooh. Probably not. High Guts, though. I don't have any other High Guts characters, really. So Ocean is a potential additional... yeah, potential melee type. And is a relatively good skills already. It's the only one here. And then again, I'm not sure about bringing a pirate on board. You know what? Sure. I just spent a load of money on an upgraded LRM launcher. Let's bring a pirate on board as well. That sounds perfectly safe.
Ready for orders. Standing by.
I think
yes, boss. Ready for orders.
I don't think there's anyone else I want to bring in really. Oh, so yeah. Maybe Independent Trader would be a good one to have. So let's bring Nebula into. I think we've already got Independent Trader on someone else, but maybe more will stack. I don't know. But that leaves us once again with 2 months of operation. Well, technically 1 month because the next payment will time out mid-transit, but we do need to travel. That was the whole point of last time. We didn't have the funds to make it back to an area where we could actually operate. So, here's our planned route. And as you saw at the start of last time, we have map pointing at an archive somewhere deeper into space here. So I'm thinking of going to either to Smithen, which is 2.5, or well, actually I'm thinking like Smithen because it's all like 2.5 to 3 general challenge rating in the area. The only thing for sure is wherever I end up, I will have to, have work because it's either that or I start selling things. The problem is that Smithen is pretty poor. Resource poor, peripherally low graph, former Star League, which is a point for potential tech, but it's very small population and everything, so that's the main problem with it. Maybe a Mechdur would probably be a better target to go to. It is slightly longer travel time, but that will be about enough time. Okay, yeah, let's go to Mechdur. 19 days, 60,000 credits, off we go. Whee! I do have some things to ramble about as we go, though. I don't know if you recall a while back, but I did mention that if I was to have a mech of my own, I would probably wind up with a Hollander.
Almost completely out of cash.
Yeah, I know we're almost out of cash. I am slightly worried about that, thank you. I'd probably wind up in a Hollander IIC, which is a 45-ton mech with a single Gauss rifle plus ammunition supply, and that's about all it has in most variants. So a really specialised one, kind of like an urban mech on steroids.
We've just completed those upgrades.
Structure. Ah, okay. When we get knocked down, another sleepless night finds you pacing the mech bay. The door opens and closes and you discover that Jasconius, who should be hooked up to half a dozen machines in the med bay, has entered. It's Jasconius, my favourite Russian-themed gal. Yes. Without noticing, she limps painfully down the row of mechs and stops. You realise she is staying up with the mech she was piloting when she received those injuries. A shuddering, half-stifled sob racks the mech's warrior's body. Fist clenches, he fights back the darkness. Ooh. Recreation will give her medical short leave. Unfortunately, no, we're in the middle of deep space. Shoulder crown, take her back to the med bay. Well, order her there. But, yeah, I think let's share a background story because I'm pretty sure in my ace pilot history, I have been where she has been. I am not an ace pilot by any means of the imagination. That happened to me once. Draconia spins around, visibly pained by the sudden movement. It joined my third season on Solaris 7. I'd finally started to make a name for myself. So of course I got cocky. I rode my mech too hot and got knocked on my ass. Worse still, I let it get to me. And lost my next 3 matches too. Lost a lot of fans that season. Let me put a hand on her shoulder. Remember that, Draconius. Don't let one bad fight turn into 3 more. You get your head on straight, and you get back in that mech. It's always a roll of the dice on how a mech warrior will come out of an injury like this. Time will tell. Draconius has gained the following tag. Brave. Ooh. Draconius... this is the first time I've seen this. I was not aware that pilots could actually earn tags. Like, I thought... I was half convinced at this point that any tags you start out with are tags you keep, and that's all you get. But no, she just gained the tag Brave. Interesting. Let's check my barracks for a second. That's the first time I've seen that happen. What does Brave do? Because she's still really in a bad way. She's going to miss out a few missions. Service wreck. Brave. Here we go, Brave. This pilot is known for their bravery in the face of danger. Apparently she's also criminal nobility, or a noble criminal. I don't know which that is. But I was also not aware she was a criminal. Oh well. We live and learn, I suppose. Right, let's continue. But yeah, as I mentioned, like if I had a mech in this universe, I'd probably wind up in a Hollander as my assignment or place, because you know I'm not aggressive enough to be in the thick of it. I want to hang back and I want to just pepper people with fire, preferably when they can't shoot back at me. I mentioned this because in the video 2 days ago, so dating this, well, 2 days ago as of the time I plan to put this one out, I mentioned that if I was wound up having an assault tank, I would probably have a Shrek or something similar. Or at least Shrek is one of the ones I'd go to because, you know, treble PPCs, it's pretty tough, you know, tasty things. And I got a comment back. First off, let's see if I'm going to go bankrupt. I'm almost there. I'm going to remain on neutral. So I'm actually morale's getting up out of the bottom bracket now, which is quite nice. But yeah, I'll remain on normal, at least for now. And I got a comment back from Delta, who is the person I often refer to in this Battletech stuff, which is not a Devastator tank instead. We ran into a Devastator, if you've forgotten, like a few missions ago.
Our nest egg is just about gone, Commander.
Oh look, we're once again dangerous low on funds. Like a Devastator is that assault type, which made me panic and go, I want to shoot that thing immediately. It was that assault grade tank with twin autocannon 20s. So, that one. So, you know, that would be tempting, but... Oh, we're here, thank you. If we were to... Well, if I was in a tank like that, really I would not want my enemies getting close enough that they can benefit from the wrath of my AC-20s, you know? The AC-20s are just... they suffer from range problems, let's put it that way. And that's honestly why I was able to take out the Devastator so well. I just focused everything from outside its effective range and it barely was able to do anything in return. I honestly did have a harder time against the Shrek because the Shrek has mid-range weaponry in the form of its PPCs. So, there you go. Sorry, I should probably keep on waffling while I pick out what to do next. We've got 300,000. Hopefully there's a contract here to go to, because the next story mission hasn't turned up yet. We need the money to travel to the next story mission anyway, most likely. Oh, flipping heck, a 4.5. Oh, no, thank you. But yeah, we're once again in bread making mode, I'm afraid. Industrial secrets. So another corporate secrets extraction. A hard target. Elite mech warrior taking command of pirate force. We need skilled mercenary to remove this mech before they reach their command. Only lightly escorted, every downed mech will help our cause. Wait, what? Assassination? Additionally, the mech warrior's command may send out an escort unit to meet them. Expect to be enemy reinforcements to engage. So we're against an elite pilot with more stuff. We're going to get them in transit, and there'll be an enemy reinforcement group coming in as well in the form of a scouting group. So I basically need to assassinate the target before they get to their destination. You know, let's go easy right now and go for corporate secrets. Negotiate. I need the dosh. Thank you. So yeah, actually, you know what? I need money more than anything else. So maybe I should just go ahead and bash my head against hard targets. I mean, it's the same difficulty level, so 600k is better than 300k. Accept that. Because in our transit, our blackjack's not quite fixed, but the dragon is now available. So Shadowhawk can be passed on to Sound Knight. I know it's a slightly odd choice, the Shadowhawk going to a scout pilot, but the dragon, our tasty melee type, is now fitted and ready for its inaugural trial. Its star-spangled reveal to the galaxy. So we're going to find out how this hard-hitting melee build is going to work out in actual use. It's going to fall flat on its face, I am fairly sure. But, you know, it does give us like a medium to heavy lance in total against whatever's out there. So it should be okay-ish. You have to wait and see. And I'll continue my ramble about the Devastator and the AC-20s and all that jazz once we go into the mission proper. I am sorry, this has got a lot of vocalization in this one, but if you're on my Discord, as you know, a few screws came loose at the weekend, so I'm still trying to get my head sorted out. Roll on the mission. Okay, here we go. Defeat the elite mech warrior and escape. Also learn how to talk. Right, we are ready. I do need to quickly redact something I said, by the way, which is that I said we faced a Devastator. We did not. We faced a Demolisher. Slight difference, but alright. I'll explain that in a second.
Command interface initiated.
Commander, intel says target and escorts are moving through this area. Also, recon shows a group of military units in the vicinity. We believe that's the objective. Take them out and then head for the evac zone. Alright, so our Centurion's probably going to get some work in this one. Yeah, I said it was a Demolition, not Devastator. The Devastator is actually a third generation upgrade to the Demolisher. That's why they're similar. Except the Devastator actually has a... is it better or worse? Hang on. Same engine. Oops, no, it's the same engine. It's one of the rare fusion-equipped engines. Let's start moving out while I waffle on.
I copy. On my way.
But it has additional equipment. It's got flamethrowers, it's got small laser, and it's got...
If I was winning an ambush, this is where I'd put it.
Wait, what? Destroy the supporting pirates, destroy the pirate reinforcements. That's my target up there. There is a ridge there, though. I guess I'll head for that. Because I like that ridge. It's got forest on it. So I really do kind of want to... I think... Can I jet... Oh, no, I'm not quite close enough. So yeah, Demolish... It's like an upgraded version of the tank that was seen before, with more weaponry, including like 3 directionally mounted small lasers and things like that. But again, it's built around the AC-20. Which, if I was in a heavy tank, I wouldn't want to be relying so much on ammunition because... A, I could run out. B, as I said, like, if I let the enemy get close enough to use my stuff, then I'm going to be in trouble anyway. So, you know, got to watch it. Should I jump the Shadowhawk forward? I mean, this ridge is nice. It's got lots of stuff on it, but the Shadowhawk is meant to be like a closer range type
Engage.
race.
I've got something.
Ah, the enemy leads a dragon. Oh, and that was something called a surprise action. So, we got a stock dragon over there. 85 LM10s and medium lasers.
Good to go.
Is this going to be a dragon against a dragon? It might very well be. Sorry, my waffling. Yeah, if I had to be an assault tank driver though, I would not go for a devastator or a demolisher. I think the weapon's too limited. I prefer a Shrek that is an assault weight as well. Treble PPCs, very tasty. But let's just find the details on it. If I really have any choice, I'd actually prefer it to be in something called a De Morgan assault tank. All I know is this dragon is going to be an absolute bugger to take down. So
Our primary target is taking damage.
I am aware. It's a shame it's in cover, but you know, nothing to be done about that one. My turn. An enemy medium. No, wait, is that the... That's the dragon. It's the only target being engaged right now.
Yes, Commander.
So yeah, the dragon has actually got an ace pilot in it. That's not actually very favourable there. Right, jump!
Firing jump jet.
But yeah, if Battletech knowledge be thy desire, then get thee to the Sana wiki page. Sana is an excellent source for all things Battletech related. I knew there were some other tanks I'd rather have, so I actually went looking. So that's why I've got things to waffle on about in this one. While I lob lots of missiles at the massive shiny mech thing. Ooh, head hit. Awesome. There's other mechs moving around out there, I just don't know where they are. There's a lot of mediums apparently. Yep, here goes the... where are you going? Just readjusting slightly. Okay. I'm not going to have to chase you, am I? Actually, I am, aren't I? But yeah, if I'm the Shrek is one that I like so far, then I would say the De Morgan is probably a good one for me to go for. Why De Morgan? It's actually an upgrade from the Shrek. The Shrek's an 80-tonner, by the way. The De Morgan is a 100-ton equivalent. What does it do with those extra 20 tons? Well, it upgrades the PPCs from standard versions to ER PPCs, so more range, more keeping the enemy away from you. Yep. Speaking of long range, my dragon is now using its LM10s and M lasers for long range support.
Target
Not really what it's meant to be doing, but it's got a chase, so yeah, that is working, I suppose. I'm also not enjoying the fact I'll probably have to bounce my Jaeger around a bit. Actually, no, that's pretty good accuracy. If I move that way, I then have very high accuracy. Admittedly, the enemy's got 25% reduction, but I'll be firing twice, so that's double damage. So, no point using breaching shot in this situation, just don't jump. I think it's the order of the day, so fire!
Engaging target.
That dragon's already taking a pounding. But yeah, De Morgan, it's an upgrade of the Shrek, as I mentioned. There's an enemy assault out there? Probably a vehicle, but there's still something assault weight, which is not that good. Anyway, De Morgan, as I said, it upgrades the PPCs.
I hear
So
ya.
treble ER PPC instead of treble PPC. It adds some vital close range weaponry in the form of 2 machine guns. Ah, 2 machine guns. Awesome. Not really. Oh well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Especially since the PPCs still have that nasty little minimum range thing. I think just regular movement and maintain bombardment tactics is probably the best here.
Got it.
And I guess, of course, if you wanted to get with the minimum range, there is always a treble Gorse variant of the De Morgan too. But the De Morgan carries more armor than the Shrek. It's got the same speed. It's got 50% more heat sinks, so it's got
Another hit like that and you're toast.
LRM cook-off. Ouch. That elite pilot's having a lot of fun. He's also taking pot shots at my Shadowhawk, but the problem is he's by himself and I'm just advancing
Order.
full throttle straight into him. Sadly, the Shadowhawk's way out in front. The Dragon has actually been left behind, so that's not so good. The supporting pirate forces are... I have no idea where they are, honestly, at this point. The supporting pirate forces are there. The pirate reinforcements are all the way back there. They are very far away. Unfortunately, they're also coming in the direction where my Jagermech is, which is not actually ideal.
Come on.
Yeah, well, we can't win at everything, can we? So just let's reposition this way and lob
Moving
shots.
out.
You are in serious trouble. Because that's your... Yeah, that's all your weaponry gone, really. I've not even managed to close in on this guy yet. Not with my melee type. My melee type's being left behind. LM10 crits. Doesn't matter, it's out of ammo.
Critical hit.
Maybe I should just hold off on this guy if the enemy gets close enough. I mean, there's a lot of enemy mediums around there, somewhere. They're probably sprinting to try and get close enough to me. Unless the AI is being exceptionally stupid. But yeah. Anyway, 50% more heat sinks, it's got thicker armor, same speed. So it puts the extra tonnage to use quite nicely.
Receiving you.
I think maybe my best bet would be to like try and get really close as fast as I can with my own dragon. But you know what, let's get in close. If the dragon survives this round, then my dragon will be closing to melee, which is going to do nasty things to it. Take off the LM10. Look at that heat capacity though. Ha 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 ha. Right, take off the LOM because it's not going to do much. But the S lasers are coming into play as well now. This might actually kill it. I'm not entirely sure.
Locking on.
But yeah, even the secondary armament on that dragon is actually not bad at all. Ooh, there's something within LRM support range. That means my main force needs to start swinging that way. I should probably reposition my Jagermech for defense. Seeing as the enemy's coming directly at it, I need to get it into some kind of cover. I guess here would be... Yeah, here's probably going to be fairly good. I mean, gives it a good arc in all sorts of directions. Admittedly, I'm burning heat on the jump jets, so move. Look at all that damage. I don't think I want to spend the heat, actually, so I'm just going to fire one PPC. What's the extra stability? 50 stab? 20 stab, yeah. That's the stability PPC. Let's just shoot that at it.
Engaging target.
My little present. Oh, there goes the autocannon. And is that a knockdown?
Detected.
Yep, that's a knockdown. Down you go. Crunch. Oh, that poor dragon. Why he was alone, I have no idea. But I'm really dogpiling him before reinforcements can get there. But yeah. My main problem with the Shrek and Dimorgan is they're kind of slow.
Waiting on you, Commander.
The tanks actually suffer quite a bit in terms of mobility. I mean, it's a very rare tank that goes above 54 kph, which is assault mech speeds. Though some of the lighter tanks do go a bit faster. Well, I mean the treaded tanks, I mean. Or something. I'm going to reserve again because I want to hold my mechs ready for when the enemy gets close enough. They're already in LRM range for some of them, so they're starting to get there. But they're still on the move quite a lot. But I was actually looking around as well, and I think if I was to go into a heavy tank, maybe, because, you know, a bit more maneuverability, I think I would pick something high-tech. Even higher tech than the Dimorgan. I should mention here the Dimorgan is actually 4 times more expensive than the Shrek, so I would be an expensive elite tank driver. Yes. But no.
What's up, Bob?
I would probably pick a Manticore 2. Just one moment, please. Let's go ahead and step on this guy for our enhanced melee damage of 95. This is why we tuned it at the end of last time. Let's see what 95 damage straight does to this guy. Unfortunately, with a melee, you can't call a target, so Hello. Steppy, steppy. Splat. That CT, I should point out, by the way, was I think it was like 3/4 health or something like that, and that just one-shot it. So, nope. Yeah, they're the small lasers. So, crunch. So I've got two options here now. I can either evac, or I can actually go for bonus credits and destroy the stuff. Where's the evac zone? There's the evac zone. That's actually not too far. I have no idea where the enemy is. You know what? Let's rush this one, actually. And then we can do another mission as well afterwards. 2 missions in one map. It's not often we do that, is it? Enemy turn. Yep. Okay, my turn. Right, so we're back in travel mode. The enemies... I don't even have sensor contact with the enemy forces, so I don't know where the heck they are. So there's no point sticking around, I don't think, because I don't think kills affect EXP. So I'm just going to start to withdraw. And yeah, look at that sprint distance on that dragon. Off it goes. Over the hills and far away. So this means I'm actually pulling out without any damage. Awesome. But yeah, as I was saying, like a Manticore. Again, it's that thing where I'm focused a bit on having energy weaponry for the primary. Because, you know, lack of resupply requirement kind of thing. And yeah, I'm an elite assassin, aren't I? Yeah. I am Mark III Elite Assassin Services. Because I just wandered in, picked off that dragon, and now I'm just bailing. And apart from a salvo of long-range missile fire, I've not seen the other enemies at all. Admittedly, this means I get less salvage, but you know, I'll still get a decent amount of pay for it, 600,000. And this means that most of actually my entire salvage list is going to come from just that dragon. So that potentially that could be quite lucrative. If I get more stuff, because I don't get to pick my salvage, it would dilute the salvage pool. So maybe I'm being a bit cheeky here. I don't know. We'll have to see about that one. But maybe I'm being a bit cheeky, but yeah, all of my salvage is just come from that dragon, and I murdered the dragon's weaponry and most of its systems. So if there's multiple pieces of that dragon available, I'm likely to get multiple dragon parts, which is actually a very tasty thought indeed. Yeah, I can see this working out for me, actually. I'm thinking like a mercenary. Maximum profit, minimum effort. That might not be what I'm going on about, but I don't know. Yeah, got it. Run away! The bigger they are, well done, Commander. I should also point out, by the way, this is the first time, I think, when it wasn't a strict mission objective to escape. This is the first time I've actually bailed out, leaving enemies behind that I didn't have to. So the enemy forces there had a brush with a ruthless killer, and I just let them walk away. That's going to harm my reputation, isn't it? Ugh. Yep, just escaped. I could probably got another 20%, which is like another 100,000 or so, but nah. I'll take the no damage, thank you. I didn't lose any structure, so no repair costs on this one, which given my history, that's actually a very rare thing indeed. But yeah, no real damage at all. A single kill from Behemoth, who stepped on the other dragon, and they still got 2,000 EXP each, so yeah, kills don't seem to reflect in that. Where's my bounty, darn it? Out of the 3 things I could be randomly assigned 2 things, I got 285 ammo. I didn't get the dragon piece. Oh, Karma, you just did me over, didn't you? My plotting and planning, my glee at money, and you gave me the worst stuff possible. Seriously, 2 out of 3 and I didn't get the dragon. What the heck? Ah, here we go. Priority mission. Finalize the details of our trip to R2, Commander Bankston. With luck, the map Dr. Murad discovered will lead us straight to Castle Nautilus. The contract is ready for review at the command center. So we're going to say hello to a castle. Not this mission, by the way, because quite simply, we've only got half an hour left, roughly, and that's way too long to do an actual story mission. So that'll be for next part. And yes, my people are daring to level up on my watch. How dare they do that? Still, tasty amount of credit, and we're no longer in danger of immediate bankruptcy. We're in slight danger of immediate bankruptcy, but it's not that bad, I suppose. Let's see if there's another immediate contract. It might be just to be that 300 one. Okay, so grave robbing. 3-star. Travel to R2 and loot Castle Nautilus for 2.2 million C-bills. We've got we've got hard contact, which includes the travel time. Don't really want to do that. We've got that decapitation mission still. Local partners, the rare opportunity to take out one of the primary enemies of the legitimate restoration regime in Mekta. And got their word that some sort of extra legal maneuvering is why they're hiring us instead of using their own forces. Still, best to be alert. The problem is this is like a 4.5. That implies assaults. Multiple assaults. I have yet to really come across much in terms of assaults, but if I did this one, I would probably find one. Also, the picture in the background is an atlas. I don't want to do that. So I think, to save moving, I'm just going to have to do this nice and easy corporate secrets rescue someone mission. 3 skull, recovery mission, lowlands. Nice and simple. Negotiate and give away all salvage rights for an additional nice and tasty 300,000 cash. I'm still waiting for the shoe to drop on that dropship destruction. Because maybe it's head games, but the way they said we'd made a mistake, and everyone else disregarded it, that still screams of suspicion for me. Because if I was writing this, that's how I would have set it up. So yeah, it just comes out of left field. Hey, by the way, you blew up refugees. Have fun with that as we go public with it. I really hope it's not that. Alright, time to drop in and recover us some VIPs.
Command interface initiated.
Roll, roll, roll. Here we go. Region where the direction facility is located. There it is. Move up and occupy it, Commander. Hopefully we won't face cicadas this time. So once secure, get the rogue scientist and head for the marked zone. I'll probably wind up killing anyone before I do that, but, you know, that's kind of how I seem to do it. I like to dupe things out. I am the mass murderer, and by the way, I don't want to do that. Thank you. Right.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. What have we got in terms of terrain? We have some pretty big ridges between me and my target, so there's a bit of movement involved.
Location confirmed.
Oh well.
On my way.
Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, like, don't worry, I'm almost at the end of my ramble. Almost. But yeah, if I was to pick a tank, I'd probably go with a Manticore 2. Admittedly, it's a bit more specialised than the Manticore 1. It's one of its main problems is actually very high tech in terms of the Battletech timeline. Like, it's a very quote-unquote recent thing.
Moving out. Coordinates received.
Move, move, move.
Coordinates received.
Enemy? Ooh, all the way over there. And it is a heavy. Shiny thing! Go forth and murder. Actually, let's give them the first move. Come on. This way, 60 tonner. 60 ton. Yeah, I was thinking it might be a quick draw or something similar. I just stumbled on the name for a few moments. Okay, that went after Shadowhawk though. Bad mistake. So I've got some options here now. Because I let it have the first move, I can sprint and get really close. I can jump and get really close with higher dodge. Well, actually the same dodge as a full flat-out sprint, but jump would also let me launch weaponry. So yeah, that quick draw is something that actually needs to be knocked out though. LM10, SM4, many, many lasers. I don't want that thing running around rampant in my flank. So yeah, that thing needs to die. Let's be honest here, it really does need to die. You need to turn, I suppose. Actually, I'd be better off getting the... Well, I don't know what's over that ridge. There's nothing in range, but I don't want to really poke over it too much, so let's play it cautious and engage in this general area rather than moving too close to maybe trigger more enemies. Let's just murder this quick draw, nice and easy.
Engaging target.
One missed. Yeah, well, that's okay. At least I took away some evasion. Ah,
Enemy detected.
a 65 tonner coming in on the other flank. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. That I'm being pinched, darn it. Anyway, yeah. Back to my ramble while I back my Centurion somewhat hastily. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. The Centurion could... If you jump up there, you're extreme range, but you do have very high accuracy. What if you were a little bit closer? How would that look? That would be still the same, so might as well just bounce back here with the Centurion. Bit further away, got some cover. Perfect to lob some more shells.
Roger that. Firing on target.
What? Is the 65 tonner? Could that be a catapult, perchance? I don't really know. Still, it's something. Oh, incoming heavy LRM fire. Either it's a heavy mech or it's a turret, but this initiative. Because turrets tend to go pretty late. Though turrets are normally in the assault stage. Well, from what I've seen anyway.
Waiting for orders.
Not entirely sure. Again, I'm hesitant to engage that, but I want to kind of get into range of the quick draw a little bit, so let's do... Actually, let's jump to there. Same dodge, but my LOM can hit as well.
Here we go.
Yeah, look at that dragon. It's got 4 massive jets on its back. And the LOM-10 doing as intended. Excellent.
Orders.
Sam Knight in the Shadowhawk can just move over this way and be a nice juicy target. Because I still don't know what that 65 tonner is. Or what shot missiles at me, but though this close to the base, I'm willing to say turret. And just the one turret. Maybe an LRM turret. I don't know. Let's let the enemy move first, because they are heavies. Yep, here comes the quick draw. I think it's within smacking range. Yep, it's lobbing lots of shots at my dragon. That's why the dragon has lots of armor. So, it's also why I gave it high evasion from that jump. Because once it closes to melee, it flat out doesn't need its heat reserves for much. And also, look, the CT is nice and juicy. It's exposed. Ha 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 ha. Forward! Let's see what this will do.
Well done.
Right. Apparently the dragon just murdered the quick draw in a single hit. Once again blasting through a relatively intact CT. Well, ignoring the fact his armor was gone, but still. Is that a Thunderbolt? No, it's not got the shoulder pod. No, it is a Thunderbolt. It's a different type of Thunderbolt, but it's a Thunderbolt. Yeah, this one... No, this one has got a missile pod, it's just on the other side. So yeah, it is a different version from the one I encountered before. Maybe a lower tech version. I don't know. Maybe I should return to my ramble, because reasons. Yeah, I was saying the Manticore is a big problem because it's relatively recent. It's very high tech. I mean, it's a 70 ton. It does 64 kph, which is pretty decent for such a heavy tank. It's got 10 tons of armor, which is nice. It runs on a Fusion XXL engine, so you know, bleeding edge tech there. It's really expensive, but it's also amphibious. So the feature list of a Manticore 2 is just ridiculous. Oh, that looked painful. What drew me to it though? Oh, it's another heavy, I think. Oh, head pilots, curse you! How dare you do that to me? So, what kind of drew it to it, though, is like the weapon package, because
Receiving you.
for the tank I kind of want it to reduce ammo reliance, and most tanks, especially in the heavy to assault class, seem to just rely, I think, too much on projectile weaponry or missile weaponry. There's not many that run on heavier energy weaponry. Even the fusion-powered tanks don't seem to do it that much, which is kind of odd. Let's be honest. Well, at least I think it's odd. Can I get into some decent cover over here? I could, but I wouldn't have any kind of... Well, if I go to here, I have firing line down over there, which I think is what I want. That gives me a firing line, but it doesn't give me any forest cover, so I'll be relying on bulwark for protection from my Yagomech. What are you? Another Orion. Okay. I think that's like my third or fourth one I've seen so far. Still, let's do the sensible thing and multi-target. One for you and one for you. Double PPC.
Engaging.
And yeah, I'm bringing PPCs because of the heavy mechs. Sorry, the heavy tanks I looked at. The Manticore 2 is one of only two that actually had energy weaponry. Admittedly, I didn't check the 60 or 65 tons too carefully, but the 70, 75's mostly missile-based, it looked like, or medium lasers and stuff like that. You know, but it's a very odd bunch, as far as I'm concerned. I'm thinking we've got some heat. I can jump far enough to hit that forest. However, I don't want to expose the Shadowhawks much more in terms of incoming fire. Because honestly, its armor is a little bit peppered. It's still mostly intact, but I don't really want to risk it, let's be honest. If I walk here though, massive SRM barrage straight into the Thunderbolt. That sounds like a doable thing. But yeah, I mentioned PPCs. The Manticore's primary cannon is actually a heavy PPC. So again, another high-tech shiny thing. Like heavy PPC firepower, ha ha ha, blast. It's its only energy weapon, and the Manticore does lack short range because everything it's got has got minimum range, but, you know, heavy PPC. Pretty decent for a single weapon. Ooh, head hit. Shiny. But in the case of the Manticore 2, it backs it up with another weapon, which I know for darn sure I've never shown on the channel because I've never played a game which has it involved. It is backed up by a pair of NLRM-10s. No, I am not misspeaking. NLRM-10s. And NLRM-10, by the way, stands for an enhanced LRM-10, which has a reduced minimum range.
Here we go.
It's still got a minimum range, it's just not as bad as with the LRMs we all know and love. So, you know. Oop, flat on your face you go. Bye-bye. Thud. I enjoy that far more than I should. So yeah, and that kind of rounds it out though. It's still got minimum range on all of its stuff, so that again,
Reporting.
it plays into my thought that the tanks shouldn't be getting too close to things. If I move to...
Awaiting orders.
I want it so that I don't have a direct line from that. So if I move to there, I can then just lob shots almost point blank into the Thunderhawk's torso without getting shot at by the Orion, except by indirect. So, target CT, 50% chance, really nice, and cut loose.
Wilco.
Oh, look at that, those missiles are doing 10 each. That Shadowhawk is still a very powerful mech. Nice shot there, buddy. The evasion serving well. In place of the 50% damage reduction, which is going to get from this turn onwards. Still, though, the Thunderbolt is actually relatively intact. Let us, once again, multi. One for you, and one for you. The additional stab damage is going to go onto the Orion. Because of course it is.
Multiple targets.
That was the arm, I think. Yep, not too shabby. And Behemoth, all the way over here, needs to go and share her love of punching things. A sprint will get me that far. A jump will get me into position to actually do some shots, which is actually not too bad. Because I punched something last turn, Behemoth is actually just fine for her heat capacity. So she might be able to actually do something about... Can she get close enough for some of her lasers? She can't. No, she's only able to lob LRMs around if she jumps, so... I think let's try and help out with the quick draw, because the quick draw is not Behemoth's target, so she's going to try and kill Steel, let's be honest. She's going to try and kill Steel and blow out the CT of the Thunderbolt. Of course she is. I like how they just darted up. Oh, PPC quit. Oh dear.
I think I hit something good.
Yes, you did hit something good. Congratulations. All I can say is that dragon, from what I've seen of it so far, I actually like it. Quite nice. It's pretty maneuverable. It's still got enough weaponry to be something of a threat in general. Where's he going? Oh, got a flamethrower. That's okay. My mech's running pretty cool, so that's not too bad. But both times it's engaged in melee, it's just killed whatever it is.
Good to go.
Just stay there and attack you out of range of everything. Yeah, that 90% on all 3 launches, I'll accept that. M-laser crit, M-laser crit. That looked nice and tasty. It's scattered, of course, because, you know, multi-shot weapon, but that's alright. Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way, the Manticore has a targeting computer. Also, it's amphibious. It's an amphibious 70-ton tank, which moves fairly fast and likes to stay away from the target, but it's pretty good in terms of support. So that's kind of why I like it. Should I just punch this guy again? Actually, you know what? Just stay there, so you're not in direct line from the Orion, and just empty your shots straight into the middle. Actually, just blow it up. Here we go. Fire. Oh, oh, oh.
Mech destroyed.
Boom. And an ammo explosion in the CT just blew out the fusion core. So, okay, that's now dead. Behemoth's dreams of seeing the kill from her teammates is...
Oh my goodness. Pilot down.
What? There goes another scout pilot. Damn it. That was going so well. And then the Orion just walked up and smashed out the Shadowhawk's cockpit. What the hell? That was a direct hit on the Shadowhawk's head. And I was working just fine, and then I've suddenly downed another scout pilot. Oh, for flip's sake. Sam Knight. Oh. Unfortunately, the information I shared last time, if that's accurate, a head getting blown out is an auto death. There's no way to avoid it. That was just really, really unfortunate. And that was an autocannon blast that hit as well. What was it? Double shots. Is it an AC-5 or 10? Yeah, that was an AC-10 straight into the Shadowhawk's cockpit. It just blew the head straight off. Oh. Bloody hell. Right, that's it. I'm going to murder you now. I hope you don't mind. Actually, I'm going to do it anyway, even if you do mind, because hell with you. Right, precision strike mode. CT. Unfortunately, me personally, I am really bad at that. But I'm just going to precision strike all weaponry straight into the CT.
Engaging target.
That's getting my Yaga running a bit hot right now. It's almost to a point of overheating, but at least this... Well, I actually didn't hit the CT at all with that one. Behemoth!
Waiting for orders.
You have things to do. Go forth and punch, please. From this side, I think that's where the AC-10 is. Actually, I can't tell. I just want somewhere where you have some cover. Actually, you know what? Let's stand this way. That side's lost most of its armor, So maybe I can blast through. If I blast through that side torso, I could knock out the LRMs and SRMs, I think. Yeah, the cannon's in that other side torso, but that's got full armor. Attack!
Got it.
Go forth and punch!
Putting my weight into it.
Oh, it exposed the structure. Oh, SRM. Apparently it punched the SRM directly. Then, and it just knocked off the LRM. The small lasers just did a few precision cuts and the arm fell off. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you? You little bugger. M laser and SRM both wrecked.
Waiting for orders.
Give me another LRM barrage if you'd be so kind and dandy. Off we go. Knock it over, please. And it falls down out of sight. Bye-bye. Oh, you can see the cannon barrel just sticking out there. Okay. We must kill you. We must get revenge for Sam Knight. I mean, Sam Knight, I've not really... Honestly, I've not noticed her that much. But she's been with us the entire... Well, she's been with us for a very long time, actually. She was even being trained up as the replacement. As my replacement scout. And now she's dead. So... Oh, I'm still not going to overheat. Okay, fire.
Engaging target.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good shot. I truly am not a good shot.
Commander.
But yeah, Sam Knight has been with me for quite a while. That was not something I was happy to see happen. So I'm going to step on you. LT destroyed. Yeah, we are taking you apart now, buddy. Just so you know. Without the LT, that's all missile weaponry gone. Oh, you're going to fight back. Oh, that was 95. The Orion is just as good at punching things as apparently my Dragon is. So it's only got the AC-10 and M laser, but my Dragon is in much better shape overall. But yeah, a single punch just knocked out about half of my CT's armor.
Commander.
Not that great.
Right, Commander.
Now what are you going to do? Oh, kick me in the shin. Sure. Unfortunately, I'm going to
Armor left in that location.
have a rebuttal now. Not much armor left. Was that another CT strike? You were a bit unsteady there. No, that was the arm. The arm has a sliver of armor left.
Ready for orders.
The arm needs more armor. Not really. Punch! Punch, I command you. Wait, not that. Move. I almost gave it an attack command. Not the best. Just punch it.
Targeting for physical attack.
95. -1 initiative because of her special of Juggernaut, which slows it down. So next time around, that guy's going to be in the assault phase. And that damage to the leg. Okay, this is a bit of a brawl right now, so I do need to actually support with this. And I will overload if I lay into it with both PPCs, so just the one.
Targeting rear armor.
Okay, and glitch.
Good to go.
You're okay there. If I move you to there, what have you got? You've got 85% accuracy. If I move you up to here, you've got 90% accuracy. Okay, let's back up slightly. Get a direct line, so a little bit of extra accuracy. Still, 90% is really high, and it's all coming in from the undamaged side, but, you know, maybe I'll get lucky. Have missiles. Many missiles. Haha. Kapla! I don't know why that turned into Klingon, but Kaplata anyway. Wait, Kapla is a... Isn't Kapla a greeting?
Commander.
I forget. My Klingon is very, very rusty. Yeah, you're fine. Give it another salvo. Maybe blow off the other arm. Oh, AC-10 crit. Is that a stability? Yep, that's a stability. Another knockdown. Bye-bye! I love how it just disappears out of sight, like it's lying flat to take cover behind that ridge. basically is, isn't it? Okay, right.
Orders.
Now go forth and step on it, please. Left. Why did you step on his foot? Come on, Behemoth. You did so well on your last two melee trophy targets, and this Orion, you're just struggling to do much to it. Oh, that said, the CT is actually in very bad shape. Right. Fire. Down target. CT 50%. Both PPCs. Come on. Die. Right torso, right arm, then CT. Basically, I hit everything but the CT on that one. Still, Sam Knight has been avenged. Sam Knight.
Location confirmed.
I think it was it just those 3 mechs? Honestly, if I'd gone to either side, I might have avoided one of those. Well done. Yeah, managed to wipe them all out. So it was just those 3 heavies. But it always leaves a bit of a bitter taste if I lose someone like that. Just so casually to a good enemy shot, you know? It's kind of weird. Okay, there we go. There was no bonus objectives, it was just those 3 targets, 300,000 credits. Not sure if it's worth the trade for my pilot. My pilot was experienced. But yeah, KIA, head slot, just got blown out by the AC-10. So that was just very, very unfortunate. But unfortunately, that seems to be like the random thing. It also means that most of my casualties so far have been just to the heads getting blown out, which is kind of weird. Well, actually, no, it's not. The head is a wonderful thing to shoot if you can get accurate enough to hit it. Everyone else, though, 2,000 experience, and apart from the Shadowhawk losing its head, no additional damage sustained. It's all just armor and cosmetics. Still, the SRM2++ is an unfortunate loss there. +2 damage, +1 stability damage, and it is now broken. Ah, well. Right. If I press next, let's see how the loot looks. I got a flamer and a heatsinks. Wow. In this part, my loot luck has been really, really bad. I even preferred the medium lasers to those two. The heatsink will be useful, don't get me wrong, but it's really cheap. But yeah, I'd preferred some M lasers or something. Didn't even get a piece of one of the Orion 75 tonner. That would have been quite tasty, but unfortunately no. I do need to focus so much on money. Oh well, at least we've got the next contract coming up, you know? Though the Shadowhawk needs repairs before it can launch. Ah well. Well, there it is, Mech Warrior casualty. Sam Knight has died to an enemy Orion's lucky shot with an AC-10. But yeah, we're going to have to do some more repairs, but that's it, the Blackjack is on the edge of being fixed. The Vindicator is not far out as well, though as usual that got messed up. Jasconius, my favourite Mech Warrior, is not going to be ready, unfortunately. She's just too badly hurt. Even though she's now the bravest of all the brave Mech Warriors that ever braved to be brave. She's just flat out on her back because she's too badly hurt. I was glad I was able to actually help her out with that. I was kind of surprised, but yeah, that's one good thing, I suppose. Still, aside from Sam Knight, that was really, really bad. I need to patch up my Shadowhawk. Yeah, there's the Shadowhawk. SRM2's lost. I think I've got a spare SRM2 sitting in the bay, but not a ++. Because remember, this Shadowhawk is the one I lavished all of my attentions on to get it fully kitted out as my first dedicated close-range support unit. It's really good at SRM and laser fire, but, you know. Oh, well. Still, shame about the SRM2. But it doesn't make the Shadowhawk any less special because it's still the heaviest of my original units. And it's still relatively quite heavy. It's a 55 tonner. I mean, you can't get any heavier than that while still being a medium mech. So, right, where's the SRM2s? Yeah, I've only got a +2 damage one to replace it with. There we go. So let's actually compare this, I think. I want to take a quick look-see. 16, 35 armor, that's 45, 50, 51 armor. And an AC-10 does 60. Yeah. So when that AC-10 hit the head, there was barely anything I could have done to deal with it. 45, 55, 60. Yeah. If I maxed out the armor on the head, and it hadn't got hit by all the weaponry that was splashing around earlier, like Sam Knight ate a bunch of SRM fire early on in the fight. If the head hadn't taken any damage, and I believe it did, so it was already a little bit weaker than it should have been, it would have to have been on full armor, full structure, to even survive an AC-10 strike, and it would do so with a single point of structure. Anything stronger than AC-10 would just one-shot the head anyway, no matter what. But then again, heads aren't exactly the toughest places. Like, I hate to think what would happen if an AC-20 hit the cockpit, you know? Or if a mech's fist hit the cockpit. That's happened once before. Even a PPC doesn't do as much damage as the AC-10. So yeah, the heavy ACs are very nasty single-shot weapons. Still, 2 days and 20,000 will see the Shadowhawk bat in action, and only a smidgen weaker than it was before. There's honestly no other things I want to refit about it. And I also manage my tasks to make sure the Shadowhawk gets fixed up right after the Blackjack. The Vindicator is a little bit slower, but you know, the Vindicator is just like massive LRM laser boat. Do we have a replacement for Sam Knight available? Probably not. Let's have a look. And we have got a ready-to-go replacement for... what the heck? Sasquatch.
Ready for order.
With evasive movement. A Karita Heinen. Lower class Karitan. Enlisted Navy recruit. Another merchant ship officer. So I don't know if that's going to... We can check this actually. Let's go. Navigation. Don't worry, this is going to be the last thing I'm going to do in this video. Right, if we were to navigate to here, it would cost me 60k, right? Actually, let's find 150k. Let's find a 100k destination, roughly. 120k, 90k. Okay, so it's like seems like 30k per jump. So that's 90k. I don't think this will have any effect, but I am going to hire that guy. Just because he's already got the skill. He's already a decent pilot, and he's got 4 points in the other. So he's actually relatively... It's not quite to the level, but it's not quite to the same level of skill, but Sasquatch is not fairly close, not much behind. Sucks to say it, but there we go. But I doubt that this has reduced my costs any. Yeah, still 90k. So I don't know. I don't think that it actually has that direct impact on the game. Or maybe it's because I already have, like, I think 3 people with this at this point. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. So, a couple of missions to maintain our force and keep us going a little bit further. Testing out of the Dragon, which I think is actually working extremely well. I mean, it's actually claimed 2 solid melee kills in 2 missions. So, you know, if it hits the right point, it is very, very dangerous, especially to mediums, to lighter heavy mechs. If it goes up against a light mech, oh, that's going to be messy for the light mech. Especially since the Dragon is fast enough to actually catch up with many light mechs, so if they let it get too close, they're going to be in serious trouble. Against an assault, well, assaults are really big and tough, so not sure. It's probably going to be very risky to do that. And with the unfortunate loss of our fledgling scout, there you go. All in all, some progress has been made. And I am happy with the dragon. So, this has been I, Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. And I do apologise for the long ramble, it's just I actually found something to talk about for once. So, yeah, that does happen every once in a while. I do apologise. I hope your ears can forgive me for that. But yeah, see you all later.